Hi friends, let us speak about the perpetual virginity of Mary. Now when we Catholics say Blessed Virgin, we mean to say that Mary was a virgin throughout her life. But when Protestants say virgin, they mean to say that Mary was a virgin only until Jesus was born. And why is that? Because they quote the scripture saying in Matthew chapter 1 verse 25 it is said that Joseph had no marital relationship with Mary until she bore a son. So this word until is a very problematic word for them. So let's use this word until in a different context, in a different sentence. As we are in the COVID-19 pandemic, let us use it like this. That I shall wash my hands thoroughly until the COVID-19 pandemic ends. Does it mean that after the COVID-19 pandemic end, I will not wash my hands thoroughly? No, right? So in the same way, when Bible uses the word until, it has a mind behind it. It means to say that until this point in time, the action was not done. But it does not specify what happened later on. I can give you an example in 2 Samuel chapter 6 verse 23. It says, Michal, the daughter of Saul, had no children until the day of her death. Does it mean that she had children after her death? No, right? So, in the same way, even Jerusalem Bible, while speaking about Matthew chapter 1 verse 25, it says that the whole focus of the text is the virginal birth of Jesus to show that Jesus did not have an earthly father. When Matthew wrote a gospel in around 80 to 90 AD, the whole focus of his was on the virginal birth of Jesus. And he did not have to focus on the perpetual virginity of Mary because it was a basic assumption. We have Saint Jerome in 380 AD. He speaks about the perpetual virginity of Mary and he quotes the early Christian writers like Ignatius, Justin the Martyr, Polycarp, Irenaeus, who spoke about the perpetual virginity of Mary and gave witness to it. I'm sure the next question that will follow will be what about in Matthew chapter 12 verse 47, where someone says, look, your mother and brothers are standing outside and they want to speak to you. Mother is Mother Mary. Who are these brothers? So did Jesus have other blood related brothers? See, we have to go back to the time. That is, in the time of Jesus, Hebrew and Aramaic was spoken. And Hebrew and Aramaic do not have a special word for cousins. They used the word brother in a broad sense. When they spoke about brother, they meant cousins. They meant kinsmen. They meant anyone who is related by marriage. They even meant sometimes friends and allies. We see in 2 Samuel chapter 1 verse 26, David calls Jonathan his brother. Whereas we know that Jonathan was only David's friend. So, when Hebrew uses the word brothers, it uses in a huge context, that is, it has a larger connotation. So, when Greek was translating the word brothers for Hebrews, they used the word adelphos, which in English means brothers. But if we go into the context as we know, brothers would mean the cousins or some distant relative. So when we look at Matthew chapter 12 verse 47, that look, your brother and mother is standing outside, it may mean that Jesus, it was speaking about the cousins of Jesus or maybe some far distant relatives of Jesus. So friends, bringing the perpetual virginity of Mary back into our focus, we see the two examples that you have given about Matthew chapter 1 verse 25 where we spoke about until, and Matthew chapter 12 verse 47 where we speak about our brothers. So the perpetual virginity of Mary is a long tradition, it's an age-old tradition which is believed by the church. And also, as we said about Saint Jerome, that is in 380 AD. So it was a basic understanding at that time too. So I hope it has enhanced our understanding about the perpetual virginity of Mary. And I'll see you next on Your Questions, My Answers.